New for 2025 is the AMP Puffy Pant. Although this looks simple, it is definitely feature rich and full of technologies. The first thing I think is most important when you think about a bottom is mobility. So we were able to take a nylon fabric and bring an immense amount of stretch in there. What that means to you is you think about mobile situations of lifting your leg, you want good freedom and flexibility of movement, because again, the more friction you put on your knee of lifting it up and down, the more fatigue you create. So you definitely want to move it with your body. The second thing that's very important is the nylon fabric that I talked about, it is tough. And it also has a nice slick surface. So when you think about the layering position of putting it in kind of the midway, is you may have a merino underneath it, and you may have a climb or aptitude soft shell pant over top. What's nice about the nylon, it's very slick. So you think about friction, when you start layering, it's very important to know that there's not going to be no friction. You can get in and out of pants very easily. The next thing I will say is we put a thermal package in here. We use Paralite insulation. So we put 60 grams of Paralite insulation. And what's important about the Paralite insulation is it'll actually keep you warm and retain that heat. And most importantly is it's windproof. So not only does it stretch, but being a windproof fabric, it creates a barrier to the wind coming in, which is that number one devil if it comes to robbing heat out of your body. So it's definitely a great pant, and not to forget the last and most important feature, has a full side zip. So what that means, say you're glassing on the mountain, or in my case, I'm using it whitetail hunting in deep season under a climb pant, I will actually wear it underneath. And like many times in the evening when it kind of warms up, say it's an all-day rut sit in the 1st of November, you're sitting there all day, you're wearing it out in the morning under your pants, maybe the evening you're a little bit warm and you got to trek out a lot, you just zip these down, drop your pants, and they actually pull right off like those basketball sweatpants. And it's just amazing how easy and simple it is. And to make sure it stays on the body, we also have a nice drawstring here, which is nice about the drawstring, it doesn't impede at your waist level. So if you're actually at your waistline, have another pair of pants, you don't have a lot of buildup. We offer this in 2 colors. We offer it in Storm, and we also offer it in Deadfall. So a couple different color options depending on what path you want to take.